in this team. Can you just talk to that? I think some people out there still don't realize that. I mean, the implications of that are still being felt throughout this team.
Yeah, again, we're just trying to move forward, to be honest with you. I mean, I just came off the field of a team that practiced really well and did a great job. So it's just hard for me to just transition back to that. I mean, we worked them hard the last 4 days. We asked them to do a lot this morning. They did. Man, they were on time. They were ready to go. They competed. We did a lot of good on good. Again, I don't look. It is what it is, right? I mean, we're still on probation. We're going to be for another year, and there's a lot of things that are part of that that we chose to accept and move on. So I mean, we're working within those parameters, and that's it. So we're just going to keep moving the program forward. We've got a great opportunity to do that against South Carolina.
And I mean, speaking of moving forward, when will this sort of be, or when will you have the recruits in that you wanted to get in, have them developed? Is it a 1-year process, 2-year process from now that you think you'll have exactly what you want?
I think we're making a lot of progress. I mean, I do. I think I'm excited about what I've seen out here the last 2 weeks, the direction we're going, and that's it. I just don't want to own any of your questions or comments or somebody else's that I don't know what they said, and that's the truth. I just like I said, everything that happens in this building is my responsibility, we're working our tails off. Players are, and we just got to keep moving forward.
Bringing it down to a little bit more of a micro level, what stage are you at in the practice right now? Like, what'd you install today?
Yeah, so
what are you guys working on now?
So these were like kind of combo practices. So today was like a third down and red zone, and then just cleaned up some ancillary stuff, like final plays and things like that, because you don't really get that opportunity next week. So, we're in pretty good shape instead of, in terms of having the whole game plan in, and I thought they competed really hard, and hopefully that we'll get some rest, and then that will translate into game speed, game tempo. We won't meet as much out there because we put everything in, but when we go on the field, we got to be sharp, we got to be fast, we have to execute, that's the challenge for our team. We have to learn how to do that, and that's really the challenge. That's our first challenge in this game: learn how to do it pre-site, learn how to do it at the site, and play well.
You mentioned.
I know you touched on the agenda a little bit earlier this week and kind of the schedule. Has there been any adjustment? Is it still kind of the same? They're all going to be off until everyone has to report, just report?
Yeah, we're gonna travel and practice on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got some things to clean up here this afternoon, and then they'll be off Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll report. Again, everybody's got a different schedule, but we'll lift and practice on Monday, and then get into a normal game week from there.
Do you envision some depth chart changes for the bowl game?
That's a great question. There is some really good. I mean, it's been some really good competition. And I hate. You have 114 guys, right? So I start saying, hey, Tracy Howard's had a really good week. And then you leave guys out. But he's a guy, who's really taken advantage of this time and just kind of went into the lab and gotten better. He's a guy that jumps out. Gus and Joe have really. Taken a little bit more reps than they have been, and are really competing. Really, Tyree Brady's another guy that comes to mind. Moten, has done a good job. Dallas, over the last couple of weeks has been playing his best football, including the last 2 games. So there's just a lot of guys right now that are trying to get better and scratch and claw and compete. So I mean, they're very well could be. But again, that's not determined until next Wednesday night or Thursday morning.
One of the players was talking about. Obviously best intention of the coaching staff last year was to get everybody to the bowl site, get them through that experience, mature, without any distractions and stuff. But saying that they had a little bit too much fun maybe last year, is that kind of something that you've addressed, or
well, I think,
what have you learned, I guess, from
again,
year 1 and 2 with this team?
I think that's fair. If something was taken away from you, now you have a chance to do it. So we probably overcompensated, and we played a really good team who, had an exceptional quarterback and had already been to those places. I can't remember where they were the year before the Sugar Bowl. You guys might know, but obviously they were coming off of successive years of being in that situation. We were learning, and we didn't execute and play the way we needed to play. And hopefully these guys will learn, and hopefully the seniors will lead and take us through that. So. No, I mean, we got, I've said it to you guys all along, we got to do a better job as an organization learning how to do this whole thing and playing really well in the game. And it includes that.
Have
Couple
you
more
seen
questions, guys.
Have you seen a change in that mentality that way?
Well, the practice has been good. Again, I hate looking back or going back because you're constantly. It sounds like you're talking. It's easy to talk backwards, right? Because you learn from it. So, but when you go through it, maybe you don't see it, or maybe you have to go through that experience. So, it's hard to look back and talk about it without. It sounds like you're talking about last year's team, and that's not the case. We had to learn from that, certainly, and I think we're bringing that forward. And these have been really good practices, really spirited, competitive, and it's got to translate into next. This pre-site is done now. All right, the pre-site is done. Now we got to recharge, get there, and now we got to win the bowl site.
Now, have you noticed a different attitude just from coming off the last 3 games?
Yeah.
Like all losses.
Yeah.
Is there a different attitude from the kids and the way they're playing?
Yeah,
practicing?
I mean the last 2 games. I mean, if we're fair, I mean I think I think there is a different attitude, and as guys see not a game week but bowl practice, they see more opportunity to make moves. So I think there's attitudinal changes in there, and there's guys that are saying, hey, I can really make a move here and I can get more reps in the game, and whether that's scout team to special teams to second team to first team. I think we're seeing some of that. And guys, Stacy Coley, I'm looking at Stacy. He's had a really good pre-site. Now he's gotta go, get recharged up, see his family, love them up, get on the plane, and have a good bowl site. And then obviously carry it over to the game. So that's the challenge for our team right now.
Last question, guys.
Good.
You guys have a great holiday.